Alright, we're going to do a nerdy video here that you probably want to skip if you're just watching the playthrough. But we're going to do a save state. Save state as creed choice. There we go. Save it. Alright, we're going to pick and look at these guys and compare them and play with the stats. Just skip this video if you don't want to talk about stats. All of these characters are awesome. Eric, I think, is the weakest, or the worst pick out of all of them normally, but he's also amazing, and he's not always the worst pick. Depends on how you're playing the game, what you're trying to do. So we're just going to choose him real quick, and then look at him and go back. Eric the Cunt has joined the force. Alright, so one of the biggest problems with Eric is we already have 2 knights, and they're both pretty solid members of the force. Honestly, Chester and Rick are both solid. Eric is just better than both of them. And we're going to demonstrate that. If I recall, so we're at, right now, Rick is at level 25, one level ahead of Eric, who's at level 24, okay? So there's Rick, there's Eric, right? And first we'll compare Rick and Chester, right? Rick and Chester, we've already done this comparison before. He's dead at the moment, but Chester has, what, like 46 attack, 26 defense. We used, Chester's also behind the level. So it's hard to do the comparison because we didn't get Chester up to 24. We chose Rick over Chester because of Rick's higher defense, and he's got lower hit points and only like 1 point lower attack. But we use the power water on him to kind of help him get through these difficult levels here, because we're not picking Eric. So if we look at Eric, Eric's defense is lower than attack is lower than Rick's, but only because he's using a steel lance, right? That's worse than Rick's power spear. So if we took Rick's power spear, right? Item, give Rick's power spear to Eric. You'll see they would be equally at 52-53, right? Rick is just a little bit better in attack and better in defense, only because he's a level ahead. You'll notice with a level up, Eric becomes, well, his defense will still be lower, but his attack will be equal with Rick's if he just gains 1 attack. Okay, so Eric. Meanwhile, his agility is lower than Rick's too. Rick's looking pretty badass right now. Let me be honest. His hit points though. Look at Rick's hit points. So Eric has equal attack, I guess, to Rick's essentially, and very slightly lower defense, lower agility, but many more hit points. So it's kind of like Chester, I guess, but with a higher defense than Chester. Man, I'm not as high on Eric as I was a little while ago. I thought Eric was a little bit tighter than this. Yeah, I'm surprised. Rick's actually doing pretty awesome. Rick's gotten some good levels, but you can get in a point. So if you leveled Rick, if you promoted Rick on time, right, at level 20, he wouldn't have these extra stats. His Eric is over leveled to 24 without any work. We didn't have to put any work into over leveling Eric. So if you get to a point where you're like, you just promote Chester, you promote Rick at level 20, Eric's gonna be better than both of them because he's got these 4 extra levels, just like Rick does, but with no effort. Okay. So anyway, he's solid right out the gate. He's got a ton of hit points. I think even more than Chester, maybe not, but really like high. And then his defense is higher than Chester's. Yeah, I guess Rick though. Rick's the man. Rick just has lower hit points. Lower hit points is a big deal later, you know. But the defense being higher and the attack being equal to Eric and the agility being higher, you know, he's not much worse. So that's why one of the reasons we're not picking Eric. We invested in Rick. Rick's gonna get a Pegasus wing. He's gonna fly, and we're over leveling him as much as we can to do that, to get there. So anyway, we looked at Eric. File, load state as, what did I call this? I called it Creed's Choice. Open. Alright, I'm gonna look at Randolph. If my memory serves me well, which it might not, Randolph is just better than Jaha. Let's see. I don't remember how many hit points Jaha had. I should have rezzed everybody for this. I didn't res everybody. Well, we can go back and look later. So Randolph's joining the force, but not really. We'll see. The reason we're not picking Randolph, it might be a mistake, because Randolph is very defensive. And if we have to play slow like we've been playing, Randolph's a great choice because his main issue is his low movement, which is at 5, right? Which is the same place where Geralt has been, where Kazan is, where Jaha has been, right? But Jaha, let's see, Jaha's got the battle axe. Randolph has the power axe. What the hell? Power axe? Where'd you get a power axe, bro? Is that better? Okay, item, give Randolph's power axe. 52. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. You can see it right there. Jaha has a better axe than Randolph. And if you gave it to Randolph, Jaha's attack is at 52 right now. At level 23, so he's 1 level lower. But 52, Randolph is also... Randolph with the power axe is 52. Yeah, with the worst weapon, Randolph is 52. So he'll be 56, basically. If I gave him the better weapon. He's 4 attack higher than Jaha. Okay, and only 1 level higher. Alright, so his attack is higher than Jaha's. Period. Like, it's like 3 higher-ish at this point in this run. Obviously, these numbers are not always exactly the same. So with an over-leveled Jaha, Randolph is stronger. The defense, 37 and 27 agility. Jaha has 36. And don't be fooled by that 31. He's using the quick ring. So he's got 26 agility. So he's 1 defense lower and 1 agility lower. Now he's a level lower. So over leveling Jaha, you'll kind of get him to be equal-ish to Randolph. The hit points we don't have to look at, but I'm pretty sure... I mean, Randolph has 38. We'll see later in the video when we res everybody that Jaha, I think, has fewer than that. They're both fantastic. Randolph's just as good as Jaha, maybe better. If you're not over-leveling Jaha and you promote Jaha at level 20, Randolph's going to just look better. You also have situation where one of them can be turned into a Baron. The other one will have to be a Gladiator if you took them both. The Baron gets a movement buff. The Gladiator gets better defense growth over time. So both will be really good, especially if you fix the movement of the other one. The problem is there's so many melee characters who are hurting on movement in this game. Unless you want to go slow and keep pace with them, you're going to want to buff all their movement, or just not take that many of them. And yeah, Randolph is great, but I think I have too many characters that are going to be that way. Geralt, and I want to take Kazan. I want to probably buff his movement. I could even buff Sarah's movement. It's just so many people whose movement I want to buff. There's only 3 items that do it. Taking another character that's really strong, melee, doesn't have a ranged attack, and really defensive. Great for this run on the hard difficulty, but Jaha's good enough. Jaha's like pretty much right there with him, and we've over-leveled him enough to where he's doing it. Jaha's going to be good enough replacement for Randolph. So we're not taking Randolph, even though he's better than I think people give him credit for. He's naturally got higher agility, right? Or equal, 29, 31. It's probably equal, honestly. It depends on how Jaha's level ups go. It's really the hit points would tell a tale about which one's really better. Nothing wrong with Randolph, especially if you're not over-leveling Jaha. Alright, let's reset. Load state as Creed's Choice. Open. Alright, we don't have to talk about Karna, really. Karna's not allowed on the run. She's broken. If you don't know why, she's awesome. She's the best here. There's not much of a choice. She makes everybody else look bad. So why is she awesome? She's like Sarah, right? She's a Sarah replacement. I think she might get... it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the stats. I think she gets more magic points, but like lower attack or something like that. And she gets better spells. Well, not arguably better spells. She gets heal. And instead of detox, right, and slow, which is solid. Slow is usable, but it's not a guaranteed hit. She gets boost, which we're not using. Which just buffs everybody's defense and agility for like 3 turns or something crazy. Lets you just walk in, take hits, and beat down your opponents. It's just you have to rely on it. Every pull is like, okay, everybody bunch up, we cast boost. Everybody's got a huge defense buff, and now move forward, pull, kill the enemies, heal up. Then she also does that. She has a heal spell that's AoE, so you bunch everybody up and you heal everyone. Both of these spells are busted for experience as well. They give you experience even without getting any kills, so you can just you can just heal people who aren't hurt, you know, get 5 people in an aura and heal them, get 25 experience. 4 of those in a fight and you level up. Your spells, she gets easily 2 or 3 levels, even if she's over leveled, because it doesn't matter if you're over leveled. So she ends up vastly outpacing everyone. You can level her up all the way like 40, 30, whatever, promote her, and then she'll catch up with everyone and pass them up again. She's fantastic. She's really good. And then she also just hits harder than everybody because you can turn her into a Master Monk, and she punches really hard. It's also weird because, like, unlike these other 3 characters where, like, Eric is competing for the Pegasus Wing with the other 2 knights that you have, Randolph is competing with the Warrior's Pride for to become a Baron with Jaha, Tyrion is competing with the Secret Book for Kazan. Karna is not competing for her Vigor Ball to become a Master Monk. You just overlevel her and give her the second Vigor Ball that you find, and you get 2 Vigor Balls, so you can turn both her and Sarah into a Master Monk. It just feels right picking Karna. It feels like it's the correct thing to do, but it heavily influences your play style because you can be really careful. You can boost everyone, and instead, we're gonna pick Tyrion, mainly because even though I can't turn him into a sorcerer, if I turn Kazan into a sorcerer, he's really good as a mage. He gets freeze 3, freeze 4. It has a long range of 3, I think, to target with freeze 4. Might be wrong, I think so though. And he's fun. He's similar to Kazan. He can die in 1 hit, usually, but he's awesome. He's really cool. So we're gonna compare him to Kazan, right? So 27, 49. We can't see hit points and magic points, can we? We can see magic points. 29 magic points for Kazan, 49 magic points for Tyrion. This is an overleveled Kazan, right? Is that right? Is that his max? I can't believe that. What? That's crazy. He's got to have more than that. That can't be right. What? Okay, anyway. Tyrion has a ton of magic points. His hit points, 27. I don't think they're better than Kazan's. Maybe they're barely better. Attack and defense. Well, attack doesn't matter. Defense does. 26, 24. So he's got slightly lower defense than Kazan. 29 agility. Kazan has 35 agility. Kazan has a ton of agility. That's pretty neat. Okay. Both of them can't move around the battlefield that fast. But Tyrion's going to get freeze. He starts with freeze 2. And blaze 2. Right? But freeze is just stronger than blaze. And he needs more mana for it, which is why he has higher magic points. But he's also going to learn something else good. I don't remember what. Doesn't matter. He's strong. He's fun. And I haven't used him in a long time. He's the first character I picked the first time I played this game. Then I was like, Karna felt bad. Tyrion was okay with not getting picked. He's like, oh, you're missing out on cool magic. Randolph's like, I'm happy here. It's fine. Don't pick me. Eric is cool. He's like, oh, well, I would help if you want, but I'm also good. Karna's sad. She's like, you snot nose. So it's like, I was like, I gotta pick Karna. Poor girl stuck in a tiny world. But she's too good. She's too good, so we're not gonna pick her. In fact, if you wanted to use her, you could pick anybody else. Wait till way later in the game. Come back here. Because you can't come back here right away. But there's a point in the game where you can come back here and recruit all the people you didn't get, and we're going to do that. And you could just start playing with Karna the second time through, and she will catch up. She will catch up before the end of the game and be better than everyone else. All you got to do is like boost every turn and then aura every turn once you unlock it, and then she just gets dumb amounts of experience and is super effective. So I would recommend, if you're playing the game casually, like, don't pick Karna. Like, have fun with it, pick someone else, and then get her too later. Anyway, and you kind of come back right around the time you get the second Vigor Ball, so it's kind of just in time to promote her, so it kind of makes sense to not pick her and then come get her again later and put her in the party, like replace somebody with her. Okay, over here we have the running ring. And this ring is super important. This is going to give +2 movement to whoever I put it on. And I can move it around. Let's read these books. Channeling. Cool. Okay. Alright, little desktop people. I miss you guys. You remember when we were in here before, we saw the little dude trying to pick up the ring. This is the ring. I hope I'm not squishing anybody. And so that was a little thing to let you know. You know, that was a little hint that there's a ring there. I thought there was something in here. We got an antidote. That's kind of useless, but whatever. Take our useless antidote. What's down here? Anything? Yeah. Medical herb. Sweet. Creed's growing some important plants down here. Smart guy. Did I check this one? Oh, I checked that one already, yeah. Okay. I think there's something up here. It's like a healing rain, I think. No, I got one of those before. I guess there's not anything up here. Should be. I'll put something cool up here. If I was designing this game. I'm not, so it doesn't matter. Whatever. Cool, we got a couple of random things in the garden. Maybe there was something up there and I just forgot where it is. Okay. My master would like to help you, Bowie. Please choose one. Oh, I did. Thanks. Appreciate you. We got one of Creed's collection members. Uh-oh. Adler? I understand you. Understand what? Adler will remain here. Won't you, Adler? Adler, is this true? I don't know why, but I would like to stay. No, I must stay here. I must stay here. He's weak. He'd better stay. Say farewell. Very suspicious and mysterious, right? Creed's like, Adler's staying with me. It was great traveling with you, Bowie. Thank you. Please be careful. Yeah, thank you, Adler. You were cool. You were a cool person. Bowie, you'll learn the reason why he has to stay here soon enough. Don't think about it now. Go to the north. And we're going to do that. We're not going to think about it now. We're going to go to the north. I was going to make this video just like a discussion video, a nerdy discussion video. But I changed my mind. I hope I didn't chase anyone away at the start of the video by saying that stuff, because we're just going to carry on through this part of the plot and get to the next battle. Alright, so that was Creed's mansion. Now, I want to go into the caravan and I want to hit the... Nope, not the depot. I want to join. I want to have Tyrion join. And we're going to replace... Elric. Elric, we haven't really allowed him to get much done. And he hasn't been that bad. He's gotten some experience. He's got a level. He's close to another level. But we have 2 mages now. We're going to have another range 3 character in Tyrion, since we chose Tyrion. And I don't think we need another archer. I do want to have a fast moving force this run. And having a couple range 3 guys can be really useful to kind of come up behind and finish things off. And yeah. But doesn't have to be an archer. We're going to keep May, Alright, so... yeah, we got to get somewhere safe to res everybody. So from this point, we got a lot of upkeep to do, right? We already got that mithril. We got this cave. Our voice is going. Up the stairs. Back out here again. So that whole thing, we found out about Xeon. We found out there's something going on in North Paramecia. And we got the ferry. Yeah. Did I mention that? We got the ferry to join us. Super important. Alright, we're going to stop in here really quick and talk to the priest, because we got a bunch of dead people. Willard wreaked havoc on us. I think we lost more people in that fight than we lost in the in the chess battle. Welcome. Your desire will be fulfilled. Let's raise. Sarah's exhausted, but I can recall the soul. It's at that point where I feel like this is a good story time, and just a good time in general to sort of promote people. If I wait too long to promote, we're going to be in a situation where none of the new characters that we find are going to really be able to compare to our over-leveled guys. We're also going to get to a point where we're just not getting as much experience. Like the Willard fight, I think, is interesting in that all the enemies there are like full level above you. Like you can stay there and level if you want to be cheesy. You can egress and like not yet. But I think the next battle is not going to be that way. Like if we leave our guys unpromoted, it may be that they're just not getting experience very quickly, you know. I think, you know, expect Rick to only get like a couple of levels unpromoted before we get to Pakalon and get his Pegasus wing. If I can get, I'm close though in Bowie. If I can go one more battle with him and just get a few points. I definitely want to wait till Jaha is 24. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I want to. Sour really doesn't need to be promoted to be awesome. I can level her up for a while. But she doesn't have, like, a fast leveling method like Karna does, where Karna can just kind of level really fast. So if she gets behind, she kind of... you're not going to just quickly level once you promote her from 1 to whatever without a little work, you know? I might let her go a little longer, though. Chester's going to be out of the party. I don't know who I'm replacing him with yet, but he's going to be out of the party. I could promote him now, just so he's a little stronger. Yeah, it's another awkward discussion here. Kazan, we're going to promote to a sorcerer. Tyrion, we're going to promote to a mage. Tyrion's a better sorcerer, kind of, and a better mage than Kazan is. But he's a better mage, so we're going to leave him a mage. And Kazan's going to be awesome as a sorcerer. Sorcerers are really great. So they're both going to be good. They're both going to be really good. So just checking those hit points we were talking about before. Jaha's hit points compared to... he had 35, right? Kazan has 32.29. Yeah, wow. Compared to Tyrion's 27.49. So Tyrion does have really low hit points. One of them is going to have to get the cheerful bread, probably. And maybe the protect milk. And maybe one of them will carry the protect ring. The running ring, maybe. I got to figure out who to give those things to. So I think this video is long enough. And I'll make some of those decisions. And yeah. Once I figure it out, we'll start another video. Who I'm going to promote and whatnot. So, see you next time.